Hello everyone. Today I am going to do something new here. So this is a very old design. Like in 2015 I was learning t-shirt design. So I did this one from an image. Basically this was a design and I copied this one. So I didn't know much works then. So I tried to copy this one from an existing design and it was like the same design of that one. But I thought to just recreate it again and let's see how much my works is improved. So for this one here, this design I'm going to use some elements here, and this is the text here on the 8th day got created BR to prevent US Marines from taking over the world. So this is the text I'm going to use in this video, and these are some of the elements. I downloaded them from FreePic. This is a BR bundle and this is a soldier silhouette bundle with some background. This is from FreePic. I will give you the vector links and of course this one. So everything here is from FreePic. I am using in this video in this design today. So the first step is I will create a center graphic like as I do with this US flag, this bears something like this. So let's start the process here. Now for this one here I am going to use this flag, but I want to use it like in on color design, so complete black. Now for that I need to do something like I need to take out these elements, these colors that I don't want. So if I take my magic wand tool and click here, everything in that color is now selected here. So I'm pressing Ctrl X to cut them. Now I'm selecting this all and I'm going to make it a complete black shape like this. So that is good. Or maybe I can just unite them. Then if I open the transparency and press Ctrl F, that will paste those details in front of this. Here you can see inside here, but I am going to make them black and that will give me these details, or just I can simply delete these parts because I only need these stars to be visible there. And now if I select my magic wand tool again, I can select them and make them black because this is going to be a complete black design, something like this. Again if I select them, making them black, so that is good. This is my flag for this one here. That part is done. There is some problem with these vectors, so I'm going to use my trim option here to trim those colors. Now if I click here and select the white, I can delete them. Now there is no white in this design. I can make it complete black. Same thing I will do here. For that I'm going to select it, trim it, and then I'm going to use my magic wand tool to select the white from the design like this. Okay, that is already deleted, no problem. So I'm going to select it, then make it complete black. Okay, that is not working like that because I double click to go inside the group. Now if I trim, it is going to trim out the white and black. Now if I select the white, okay, there is no white in this, so let's see how it is looking. Yeah, that's it. Now if I make it black like this, you can see this is not being a complete black design, it is filling these areas. That is just because this becomes a compound path. If we go to object, compound path, and then release, it is going to, I'm going to fix it. And now I'm pressing shift M for shape builder, and if I click here, it is going to erase that extra part. Okay, sorry for that. Just like this. Now I can simply fix it by, if I just, okay, if I just press shift M, I need to erase these parts. Okay, that is just going to take some time here. Okay guys, so that is fixed. This is now a complete black color design. Now let's start the design process. So for this design here, as my focus text is US Marines and BR, so I'm going to make a center graphic for BR. This is a element of BR like a barley or something like that. So I'm going to make it I am going to rotate this one, maybe not in that direction, this direction, or like this. Yeah, that much is good. Okay, now I am going to effect, wrap, and then arc. Now for this one here, I am going to make it really rounded, something like this, 70%. That's cool. Clicking OK. Now I need to expand it because I don't want, because whenever we're applying any effect, we need to break that. So that is looking good. Now create a ellipse here, pressing shift X for converting that ellipse into strokes like this. This is going to be my center graphic for this one. Now I'm going to make it bigger in size, something like this. Then another copy here, right click, transform, and reflect. Now I need to select these two, align them center wise. I'm making them a group. Now if I select these two, I can align them perfectly in the center position, and for making sure they are in the center, I'm just going to drag them, kind of overlapping the ellipse here, just something like this. Yeah, that much is good. Okay, so this is my center graphic. I'm going to represent this beer theme here. Now for this one here, if I make it unite, it is going to, okay, sorry for that. Before making it unite, let's click here to select this group, and inside the transparency I will find these stars. Let's Ctrl X to cut. Now I want it to act like a one shape, so let's unite. Then if I go to transparency, press Ctrl F, it is going to give me those details back, something like this. So that is good. Now I don't want it to be that much bigger in size, something like this, just to represent the US flag, or not this much bigger, something like this, a little bit overlapping with my the barley shape or the theme that I am representing with the beer here. Then making another copy to reflect in this direction, of course same size, overlapping with my barley shape. Now let's make these two, align them together like in the center, and then group them. If I select everything, I can group them in the position, place them in the center position. So that much is good for me. Now it's time for the soldiers to come in. I always respect soldiers. They are the one sacrificing their life for us to give us a better life. Everyone should respect soldiers. It doesn't matter whichever country you are. Okay, so I'm going to make it something like this one a bit smaller in size and in a side way, just a little bit. We can see another copy here, transform and reflect. Copy this one, selecting these two, then align them center wise, maybe just make them a group, and then if we select everything here, we can align them center wise. So that will just make it a perfect design with this alignment. Now these two soldiers will be just, okay, let's make them a bit bigger, something like this, not bigger than the main vector here, the main soldier here, something like this position is looking good for me. Now I am going to select my this soldier here, the center soldier. Let's create offset path for him, just a bit, 10 pixel, that's good. Click OK, Ctrl X to cut. Now first I will place it in this group, these two other soldier group. Open the transparency, Ctrl F to paste in front. It will give it this cutout look, so that is good. Now clicking here, now selecting this flag group, open the transparency. There is going to be lots of transparency work, and of course selecting this ellipse here inside the transparency, so you can see now this soldier is standing out from everything else, so that is good. Now I am selecting my this flag group, then I am going to create the transparency offset path for it. Click OK, Ctrl X to cut. Now selecting this to barley group. Okay, let's just, okay, first is open the transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front. Now this is looking like this. Now I need to do something like manually fix these areas, because I don't want anything to be visible through my flag. So something like this, again with my pencil tool, I'm pressing N for pencil tool. Now with pencil tool, let's draw like this, and that is making it stand out from those barley element. This is I'm using only to represent the beer theme, this group. So that is good. Now I'm selecting my these two soldier group. Let's go to object path, offset path, create 10 pixel offset path, Ctrl X to cut. Now first I am selecting this flag group. Inside the transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front. Now it will be in front of the flag, so that is good. Now the flag is hiding the barley but not the ellipse here, so maybe this ellipse is a bit bigger, so let's make it 10 pixel or something, maybe 20 pixel. Now inside the transparency I will press Ctrl F. It will bring my soldier in front of my ellipse, but as you can see the ellipse is visible through the flag, and that's not what I want. So if I select this barley group, inside it I will find the flag and everything that you draw and pasted. Let's copy them. Then if I go to select this ellipse group, inside the transparency press Ctrl F, so it is going to hide everything, and now my flag is visible. And of course there is some area that I don't want to be here, something like this. Let's copy. Now selecting this barley group, Ctrl F to paste in front. Okay, so that is good. Now as you can see, the theme here that we wanted to represent is now created, because this is the soldier and the barley and the US flag. That position is good. Now everything is looking like these are in the background, these are in the foreground. So let's do something for them. I'm selecting this ellipse here. Let's Ctrl C to copy this one. Now I am going to make everything a group here except this ellipse. Ctrl G to group, and okay, sorry for that, I don't want to group them. I want to make these three soldier a group only. These two are already grouped, so selecting these three, Ctrl G to group them. Now if I just press Ctrl F, that ellipse is going to paste in front of them, or maybe just select them, press Ctrl F, it is going to paste in front. Again press Shift and select this group, right click and make clipping mask, so it is going to mask out them and bring them all inside the group here. Okay, so let's not do it in this way, it can be confusing. So I want this part to be visible, but this is not something like important for me. So let's select our eraser tool and then erase something like this. Of course, if this was important, then we were not erasing them, something like this. So that much is good for us, let's not worry about them, we will do something for them there. Now if I select this barley group, we didn't do anything for them, let's do them. Select offset path, make sure you are selecting this round option. I don't know who commented in my channel, but thank you buddy, you helped me a lot. This round option is really good. Let's press OK and then Ctrl X to cut it. Now if I select my this ellipse here, inside the transparency I'm pressing Ctrl F, it is going to look like this. Let's just merge unite to make it a complete single shape, so that is good. Now for this one here, this is not looking very good, so we need to fix that. If I select, double click to select this soldier group, something like this, you can see this two is selected. Now inside the transparency I'm pressing Ctrl F again, and that will make it look like these barleys are on top and soldiers are on back, something like this for this area. Okay, that much confusion is enough for today here, for this one here. Okay, so this area is not looking very good, I want my soldiers to be visible. So let's see what happened. Okay, so we pasted something inside here, and that's something not to I want. And if I erase this area, something like this, my guns are going to be visible. So that is the theme I wanted to create here. Now for this one here, this is the graphic part, it is done. Let's group them to keep them all together. Now I am going to use my this ribbon here, something like this. Let's First of all, align them center wise. Then I need to just make it same size wide with my design and this part, this area. Yes, we are doing everything inside the, like we are keeping everything in the center position, so that much is good for me. This is the center. Let's rotate. I want to hide this bottom part, only this part. So something like this is going to be the graphic part of our design. Okay, let's fix them first. I'm selecting my this ribbon. I'm making sure that everything is in the center position. That is good. Selecting this part, go to object, path, and then offset path. Same 10 pixels. Sorry, it should be 10 pixel. That is good. Now let's Ctrl X to cut it. Now I'm selecting this group, and inside it I'm going to paste something like this, and that is good. But let's merge, unite to make it a complete one shape. Now this part of the gun, I want it to be on top. So if I select this shape and if I erase it from this area, it is going to look like that. So that is not something we should worry about now. That is good. Let's select our this part, this vector ribbon. Okay, sorry for that. I'm pressing Ctrl Shift Z to for doing redo, not undo. Now go to object, path, offset path. I know this may be too much confusing, but let's try to do something unique. Okay, so something like this part is done. Let's do something for this area. Now if we select this ellipse, we will find everything that we pasted inside this ellipse. So inside the transparency, I will find this vector pack. I want to copy this one. Now double click to isolate, exit the isolation. I'm selecting this ribbon here. Now press Ctrl F to paste in front inside the transparency, and that will keep my gun head visible. So like that, that is good. Now it's time for adding some text. Sorry for that. Now on the 8 got created BR. So this got created is a focus point. This is going to be on top. This BR will be on the bottom side. BR to prevent. This will be on the ribbon. US Marines. This is another focus point here. And then from taking the world. Achha, okay, sorry for that. So got created. Now this part I am going to use a font called Stencil Land. I use this font too much because this is a really good font. If I make it capital, it gives this dot dot effect. So that's good. Now for this one I'm going to make it a bit smaller in size. I'm going to, okay guys, I'm getting some message on Fiverr. I need to attend that first, so I will be back. So this much is good, I think, or just I can make it a bit smaller just to match with my the curve of my ribbon here. So this is good, I think. Let's break the font. Now I'm going to expand the effect here. Now for this ribbon, this is the problem. This part of like comes through my text. I don't like that, so I'm selecting the ribbon here. Now if I just take my pen tool with fill color black, something like this, I can create a shape here. I'm pressing Alt to modify this anchor point, just like this. That is good. Let's break it here, and this is good. And I'm just hiding those parts, I don't like them, so I'm going to do this again here, something like this. Again I'm pressing Alt to modify this anchor point like this. Yeah, that is good. I will do this next time on my every video. Okay, so that is my text. Now if I, okay, we just expanded the appearance. Now I need to do it again, not 10%, maybe a bit less, so that I can adjust that later, or a bit bigger. So it is just up to you. Okay, not that much bigger. Let's bring that down. Okay guys, so that much is good for me. Got created beer. Okay, we'll do that beer part later. Let's do this to prevent the US Marines. Now this US Marines is another focus point here. Now let's select the stencil font for them also. US Marines. I'm going to break the fonts, of course. Then if I just, I'm going to take my rulers here to align the white of the design. Maybe this much. That is going to be the text part of it. Okay, maybe we are inside the transparency. Oh no, that is good, we are outside of it. Now I am selecting this one and then this part to align it together, maybe a bit overlapping with the ribbon. That is good. Now this US Marines is good to prevent the, let's see if I used any. Okay, let's use this raspberry solid. This is a really good font. This is the font name. You can search that. Like, this is the normal position of the font, normal style of the font. If I make it capital, the font style change. That's really cool. So something like this to prevent the US Marines. Now for this one here, I'm going to make it small again. Now okay guys, I need to fix this ribbon also. That was the problem, so it can take some time. You can just fast forward the video a little bit just to, if you want, if you don't want to see this part, but I can pause my drawing, but sorry, my video, but I want to, at least there will be someone who will learn something new from this, so it's for him. So this part is the text. Let's go to effect, wrap, and then arc again, but this time in minus direction, something like this. That much is bigger, so let's make it bigger in size. Yeah, that is good. But if we go to this properties panel, this effect option, I can always change here to adjust with my, the wide with my, the arc of my design. Now that is good. Let's break the effect. That also breaks the font. Okay, we applied some effect here, we need to break that part also. Now that part is good. Let's just, from the taking the word, let's use this raspberry solid. Okay, I can make it two part from taking over the word, but that will make it a long design. I don't want that for this one right now, so I'm going to make it this size. That is good. Let's bring them together, something like this. Yeah, that is good. Now for this one here, the god created on the 8th day, I'm going to use the same font here, raspberry bold. Again the same effect here. I'm not going to apply any kind of text effect on them, just some simple text. That is good for us, keeping this simple and killing just a bit overlapping a little bit, so that much is good. Now okay, I need to work on this beer. I wanted to use this beer in my design. I can place it something like this. Okay, let's do something else here. I'm taking an ellipse here. You have to watch carefully. Now go to object path, offset path, a bit bigger in size, 20 pixel. Now I have two ellipse here. Okay, let me zoom in. I have two ellipse here. One is the bigger, one is the smaller. My bigger one is selected. Now I am pressing shift X. That will make the bigger one in a stroke, and that will give it a feel like this. This is good. Now let's expand the stroke to make it a fill color, just like this. Then we have two different ellipse here. Now this BR1, I'm going to use something like that font, or maybe our ball bear rustic font. I really like this ball bear rustic for bear designs, because this is the kind of bear style font. Okay, let's keep it same size font. This bear is also good. Let's break them. Now for this I am going to place my beer something like this, bigger in size. That is good. Now as you can see, if I make it, if I use my Ctrl X Ctrl B to paste it back, I am going to use it like the make with top object envelope distort, but for that I need to remove some of these parts. So let's take my eraser tool. Now I am going to erase it like this, of course from this part also, just the same size. Yeah, that much is good. Now this part should be in the background, so let's Ctrl X Ctrl B to cut paste in back, selecting these two only, the beer and the shape. Go to object, envelope distort, make with top object. Yeah, that's looking really cool. So I'm going to expand the effect here. Remember, whenever we're applying any effect, we need to expand it. Also that is not important, but that just gives us options to work. Now maybe I'll select these three, align them together in the center, then make it bigger in size, a bit down, then taking another copy here, transform, reflect. That much is good. Let's select them, align them center wise, make sure that everything is center aligned, something like this. So that much is good for us. This is our beer text. Let's make it black. Now I'm going to make them a group. So that group is done. Now let's make it, place it something like this, but before that I want to make sure that everything here is inside a group. So let's make them a group, and that's how it will be in the center. Now Ctrl X Ctrl F to paste in front. That is good. Selecting all of it to centerizing. Now I am going to select my this bear group, just a bit overlapping here and then a bit bigger in size, not that much, this much is good. Now let's go to object, path, and then offset path. Let's make a offset path 10 pixel. That's good. Ctrl X to cut it. Now I'm selecting this group, but not this group, only this group. And then if I open the transparency, it is already opened, and inside the transparency I'm pressing Ctrl F. It is going to paste like this, and I need to make it merge unite to make it a complete black shape. So that is good. Now this much is good. Let's, I'm just going to get out of the transparency like this. That is good. Now let's select our this ribbon here, or if I just go to this group, I will find this ribbons transparency there. Ctrl C to copy. Now I need to select my this bear group, open transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front, maybe like this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I have this in my clipboard. So if I select my this text group here, open the transparency, press Ctrl F, it is going to make this overlap situation here. That is also good. Now let's select this group, this ellipse here, and inside the ellipse I will find this offset path created. Let's copy. Now I'm going to make it a bit up, then inside the transparency I'm pasting that. So that is good. Now for this design it is done. Let's select our these two. Okay, we made some mistake here. Let's select, because it should be the same size wide, otherwise it is not looking very good. And that part is done. Let's select this one, this part. Yeah, something like this. Now when you are making changes to anything that we applied transparency, we need to fix that. So this is the transparency. Let's bring them. Okay, let's delete this. Now if I just select this group, I will find this vector and of course this vector. Let's copy them both. Now clicking here. Now if I select this text here, this US Marines, inside the transparency, pressing Ctrl F, it is going to paste them both here, but I don't need here this one here, so let's cut it. I have only this one here, and inside this one's transparency I'm going to press Ctrl F. It is going to paste that one here. So this is the final design, guys. I hope this will give you some advanced level idea, and this is how my works changes from that copy design to this is my own unique design. I hope this will help you learn something new from this design. Thank you everyone for supporting me, for subscribing my channel. See you guys in the next video. Have a great time, and of course you can make this design, share with my group, with us in our group, and I will share the vector pack in my group. So make sure to check our group in the links in the description. Thank you guys. See you in the next video, guys. Have a great time.